Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we are discussing the top 10 worst JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Super Action statues. Just before I get into this, I want to say I don't hate any of these. I do own all of them, so obviously I like them. Some of them are just bad figures, and I've got them because I want to complete the parts. So I'll be going through those, and I do have three that I haven't included in here, which I think are worth mentioning. Jotaro 1.0 and Hideo. I don't own either of those. Obviously, Jotaro 1.0 was just terrible, and that's why they remade him. Hideo, I just think he looks really ugly, so I didn't get him. And then Will, who's the most recent release, I just thought he was pretty disappointing. His shoulders were really stiff, and I know you can loosen them. You can't really hold the wine thing in his mouth very well. That falls out easily. Same with the wine glass and that. He looks nice, but yeah, he just caused me a lot of trouble, so he's worth mentioning. So yeah, let's get into it. This guy's not a super action statue. I just didn't want to start the video on anyone in the list. I thought I'd flex one of my nice shiny figures. So there's that. So yeah, let's get into the list. So number 10, we have Silver Chariot from part 3. So I had to start this list with the best of the worst, I would say. And I had 9 figures that I wanted to talk about, and then I needed a 10th. So I just picked this guy. Probably could replace him with someone else, but of the rest that I had, I just looked at all of them and I thought, okay, this guy's probably the worst of them. And the main reason is just because he has an updated version, which is much nicer. So you can see what Medicos are capable of when you look at the other one compared to this guy. So that's the only reason he's here, really. To be honest, he's quite nice. The paint's well done, even though it's just one color with shading, very basic. So yeah, that's number 10. We'll start getting to ones which I actually do have issues with now. Number 9, we have Koichi. And again, I don't hate him that much, but the thing that bothers me the most is just that this is just a peg. There's no a hinge or joint or anything, so he can hardly look up, and it just really limits the posability. And I know that he's a small figure, but they have it on his stand Echoes Act 3, so I just don't understand why they couldn't do it for him. Okay, number 8, I've lost his rose, but whatever. This is Dio from part 1. I just don't like his neck on this. I think it's way too long. He's like a giraffe or something. It just doesn't look right. His proportions are way off, and the color combination of pink and purple it doesn't work. I think if the pink was red, it would really change it. I might send this to someone to paint. You probably know who you are if you're watching this. But yeah, also his leg, one of them falls off super easily. I mean, you saw how easy that was. And it would be nicer if Diego's legs came off more easily, because I know some people have trouble changing those. But yeah, instead they put it on this Dio, so that doesn't work and kind of pisses me off. So yeah, that's why he's here. Number 7, we have, and I'll bring the standout for this, Kiss, who looks really nice. But the reason she's on this list, and I could have put her at number 10 for this, because this is just terrible. This hole here, which is actually a removable piece, and it comes off super easily. I know why they did it. It's because they have another piece here which hides the holes in case you're posing her, but you need these stands to pose them, so I don't see the point of that. So if I plug this in here and then, if I tilt her down and just shake it, I hardly even need to shake it. She just falls off. So she has taken a lot of dives off my shelf because of that, and it has really bothered me. I'm surprised she's not broken in any pieces anywhere. So I suppose she should get some points for being sturdy, but yeah, get her if you want her, but yeah, pretty annoying thing. That's why they've only done it once. Okay, what's this? Number 6, we have Prosciuto, and this one is quite disappointing because from the promotional images and the prototype of him that we saw at one of the Wonderfests, he looks really good. His face was so good, and they gave us 3 faces or 3 heads with this, and they're all terrible. This is the best one, and you can see it's pretty ugly. That's why I've got him posed with the gun hiding his face. Best way to do it. But if you look at the rest of the figure, it's really nice. Like, there's nice paint work on it. The sculpt's good. I like that he's like kind of skinny and lanky, how he should be. I mean, if you just look at him from the back, he looks pretty cool like that. But he had to be on this list somewhere because of the face, and also because everyone would just rage if I didn't mention him. And another character that would people would rage about if I didn't mention is Polnareff, and people are probably going to rage that he is so low on this list. Low or high, I don't know. He's number 5. But yeah, I don't hate this figure. I do have some issues with it. Like the head it looks too small, but it's kind of accurate to the character. Yeah, he's just a bit weird looking proportions wise. And again, he's one of the early figures that they did, so I'm okay with it. But yeah, he is ugly, and there's no denying that. So had to mention him. But yeah, I don't think I need to talk about him much because he's the most hated one overall. So yeah. But another one from part 3 that I don't like is Jotaro, and there's a lot of different reasons for this. The main one is just the neck is just really weird. I feel like they designed this with the intention that you will pose him with his head leaning back, and it really limits the posability. If you're hiding his neck sort of with the collar up like that, it looks cool. But if you look like this, that's bulging out there. It just doesn't look very cool. These pants things, they don't always click in perfectly. That kind of bothers me. And the worst part about him is the hole on his back is massive. Like the pegs just don't fit in there well at all. If I put this in, well, I mean, I am holding him upside down, so I'm not doing him any favors. But yeah, you should be able to pose them in upside down like that. I've done it with plenty of figures. So yeah, that's why he's there. Okay, number 4. Is that 4? Yeah, that's right. Is Hierophant Greene, who, to be honest, he looks better than some of the figures that I placed before him, but I just think he looks cheap when you don't have light on him. This thing looks nice under the light, but otherwise he just looks kind of cheap. He doesn't come with any accessories either, and this is one that really could have come with an effect piece. The Emerald Splash would have just been. It would have probably taken him off the worst list, but he's here for that. And this color is just kind of gross. If they'd made it maybe a bit brighter or less, it's not beige, but that's the right word to describe it because it's boring. That would have probably made it a bit nicer. So yeah. But yeah, these part 3 figures, I'm not too bothered that they look bad. They're old figures, and if you compare some other figures from that time, they look way worse. So yeah, these are okay. I mean, I said at the start I don't hate any of these, but yeah, number 3. Is this number 3? Sorry, no, this is number 2. Is Hierophant Greene's user, Kogawin, and this is the most recent release of him, which is probably the worst one. Because if you look, his face is just completely flat. There's no shading. Same on the hair. And I had to use this head because the other one is just that, that dot line face. It's just a really ugly face. So I had to use this one, which I'm not really a big fan of. Again, another thing that's bad about him, this skirt is completely, or tail of the coat, I should say, it's completely just fixed, sort of. It's soft plastic because you can flex it a bit, but it's not like I don't really have anything to compare it to right now, but it's not soft enough that you can just move it out of the way. So that really limits his posability, and that's why I've got him in this kind of stupid pose. I mean, it looks pretty cool when he's posed, but yeah, it just sucks because of that. And speaking of clothing that limits articulation, number 1, you might have guessed by now, is Trish, because there is pretty much nothing good about this figure. The reason I have her is because I need her to complete my Part 5 collection, but if she wasn't in it, I would have been much happier. The hair, maybe that's the only good thing because it's accurate to the show, but her face just looks stupid. She's got single jointed elbows, which they don't look great. They limit posability. These hinged hands, you can only move them forwards and backwards. You can't move them side to side, which you might not need to for her, but it's just, they've done it for literally every other figure. So why didn't they do it for this? I don't get it. This skirt, yeah, it just really limits posability. You can't bring the legs backwards. It's this leg, you can hardly move at all at the hip because of this skirt. So this is just bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. I mean, the skirt does look cool. Okay, there's another redeeming factor, I guess. But apart from that, just I kind of want to just throw this one out the window because she's pretty bad. So let's just cleanse and look at this guy again. And that will do it for my top 10 or bottom 10, I should say, list of super action statues. So I'll probably do another one of these of the best or top 10 that I like. If you guys want to see that, I don't know. I don't even know if anyone's going to watch this. So yeah, this will probably pop up on the new Discord feature. So thanks for setting up, Joe. Yeah, and I'll see you guys later.